Hello students. In the previous video we studied about the total forest cover in India, the forest conservation and its key points, how can we conserve the forest with different aspects, the composition of tribal people and their participation in forest area district. So today we will study about some important term, that is social forestry and farm forestry. So, social forestry means the management and protection of forest. So, how can we manage and how we can protect the forest and afforestation on barren land with the purpose of helping in environmental, social, and rural development. So, those land which are left vacant or which are pasture, uh, there we can plant more and more trees for environmental, social, and the development of those adjacent area. So this combine is known as social forestry. So means with management and protection of forest and afforestation on barren land with the purpose of helping in environment, social, and rural development. So National Commission on Agriculture 1976 has classified social forestry into three categories, that is urban forestry, rural forestry, and farm forestry. What we mean by urban forestry? So uh, it pertains to raise and management of trees on public and privately owned land in and around urban center, such as making green belts, some parks and roadside avenues, uh, and making some commercial green belts. That is, you must have seen in cities. By taking the example of Dehradun also, there are some colonies which have parks also, where there are so many trees they, also. So government, what government does, government keep on planting some trees in their own government land or on those parks, or within the roadside, or within the distributor of road. So there urban forestry can play its role. So next is rural forestry. So it lay emphasis on promotion of agroforestry and community forestry. In what are agroforestry and community forestry? So agroforestry is the raising of tree and agriculture crops on the same land, in, inclusive of waste patches. So with respect to agriculture crops plantation, planting some more and more tree on waste patches, or the land which is not suitable or which is not utilized for agriculture purpose. So there we can plant some tree. So these all are related to agroforestry. And community forestry, which is part of rural forestry, it involves raising of tree on public or community land, such as village pasture, temple lands, roadside, canal bank, and strips along railway lines, and in government schools. So there can community forestry program uh, can act. So next is farm forestry. So farm forestry is term applied to the process under which farmers grow tree for commercial and non-commercial purpose on their farmlands. So by commercial means by planting some tree, and after some year selling those trees in terms of in terms of currency, or in terms of rupees. And for non commercial means those lands which has been uh, left untouched, or margin of agriculture field, or pasture or grassland, or land around homes, there can be used for planting some trees. So this can be termed as for non commercial purpose. So that's all about social forestry and farm forestry. Next is wildlife. So you must be aware of wildlife of India. Uh, Even Wildlife Institute of India is also in Dehradun, and it is estimated that 4 to 5% of all known plant and animal species on the earth are found in India. That is, India is large center of many diversity of ecosystem, or many type of species of wildlife, and for plantation life. And as you know that there are some reasons, because due to them the declining of wildlife is continuously taking place. So there are some reasons like industrial and technological advancement brought rapid increase in exploitation of forest resources. So if they are not forest resources, so the wildlife will also decline with respect to them. Then more and more lands were cleared for agriculture, human settlement, roads. You must be aware of the example of Brazil Amazon forest fire. The president of Brazil, even knowing or even awareing of situation that fire has been taken place, those Amazon fire are known those Amazon forest are known as lungs of earth. So by intensely the local peoples uh, uh, have ignited the fire. So this can be the reason for clearing of forest and agriculture, land on forest for agriculture purpose. So next is pressure on forest mounted due to lopping of fodder and fuel wood and removal of small timber by local people. So removal of cutting of large tree for the use of timber. And next is grazing by domestic cattle, which cause adverse effect on wildlife and its habitat. Next is hunting. Hunting was taken up as a sport by elite. You must be familiar with the Salman Khan example, that is hunting of black bug. So these elite people, what they think that hunting is a royal sport. So due to this, hundred of wildlife animals killed every year. So as of now, this commercial poaching is prohibited or against the law. And next is incidents of forest fire. I have given the example of Amazon forest fire. You can take the example of Australian forest fire. Then the example of Uttarakhand forest fire, which every year which takes place. So there are some factors relating to declining of wildlife in India. So thank you children. Rest we will study in next video.